96.7 The Eagle. It's Double T, special guest in studio. I'm impressed. You're up, you're going. Miles Nielsen, what's going on, brother?
It's 9 a.m.
Dude, you're in a band. You don't get up this earlier.
The worm, right? The worm. You ever drink the tequila worm before?
No.
I haven't either, but I've heard about it.
I don't.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, I mean, people do it. I know.
People trip out on it.
I know people that have done it. Nothing too exciting. I mean, it goes down with the.
Yeah, that
tequila.
went quickly to like being awake to the tequila worm.
I know where your mind is.
Not on tequila for sure. Not at 9 a.m. Man, I'm trying to get to the why.
So let's chat a little bit. What have you been up to? It's been a while since I've talked to you.
Yeah, well, let's see. This since I've probably been in the studio with you last, we've been to 11 different countries. What else? Some sort of crazy tour of 6 weeks. I can't remember the mileage on it. It was ridiculous. It was somewhere along the lines of 285 hours in the Sprinter.
Okay.
Over the course of 6 weeks. It was everywhere from the Midwest out to the east, down to the south, over to the west. Happened to land right in Salem, Oregon on August 19th or the 20th, right when the eclipse was happening. So we were right in line with that perfect cosmic lineage there, or whatever that thing was. And man, that was wild.
Right, that's cool. That was very cool.
Yeah, so we were on a farm, and there was a wild turkey that came out of the woods and just like started hanging out with us.
Just watched it for the eclipse, right?
Yeah, well, they were like, keep an eye on the animals, because the animals might start acting weird.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, I mean, wild turkey comes out of the woods and just like lays down on the ground with us and is like, all right, I'm going to see what this thing's all about.
Got any room in the Sprinter? I'd like to join the band.
And turkey being a lean meat, we didn't. We just left it alone. But there were kids there, and the kids were like, the parents were letting the kids pet the thing and everything. I'm like, that thing would beak your face off.
Yeah.
Just be
because you see them around here.
Yeah. Well, there was a whole group of them. What do they call a group? Do they call it a flock?
I don't know. Maybe they're birds, right?
They're birds. I think.
Even though they don't fly.
They do. They do. If you get it, you got to rile them up though.
Okay.
Big time. I mean, not that I know, but I've seen them.
Okay.
But one the other day was down the street. And man, it was right outside of the fire station on Rural Street.
Okay.
And it had its full feather regalia just spread,
ready to go.
And then I was like, "Whoa, what's going on here, buddy?" Like he was ready to go, but then I turned to my right. And there were all the ladies.
Oh,
just like he was showing off for the lady turkeys.
I was thinking he was getting ready to do the crane kick, Karate Kid style or something.
Could have been, like, maybe just in the air, just showing off again. But, yeah, we have a lot of turkeys around Rockford.
There are. I mean, one day I'm driving down Alpine, and there's one in the middle of the intersection of Alpine and Spring Creek, just standing right in the middle.
Yeah, why not?
During rush hour. I don't care. I'm standing here. Do that for you.
Even the turkeys are entitled these days.
But you've been doing tons of shows, and of course, what is that in July when you do the Miles Nielsen Rockford tour, where you play like a bunch of different festivals
it's
and
summertime, stuff? It's like the Midwest. It's hard to say no.
Right.
When people actually want you to be where they are, and
outside
is beautiful. That's why we live in the Midwest. Is generally for me, I love like late spring.
Right.
I love summer and I love fall.
Mm-hmm.
But how can you say no when people are like, hey, we want to offer you money and we really like your band.
Right.
And we want you to come play a show. You're like, man, we're playing Rockford like 4 times in 2.5 weeks. That's too much.
But people come out, they enjoy it.
Yeah,
it's different places, so you get a different group of people.
Different atmospheres. We did like Dinner on the Dock. We did Anderson Gardens. We did Sinisippi Band Shell. Like boom, boom, boom. I mean, all are beautiful in their own different way. So we're like, well, of course we'll do them all. 96.7
The Eagle, it's Double T with Miles Nielsen. So Thanksgiving tradition, we eat turkey, we hang out with the family, maybe we go out the night before Thanksgiving, stroll on states on Saturday, but Friday has become a huge deal here in Rockford, hasn't it?
We're fortunate.
Oh, we should turn on your mic.
Oh, hey, we're fortunate. We're fortunate that it has. You know, we do a show at Veterans Memorial Hall, and this has got to be like 5 years in a row now, I think.
At Veterans Memorial Hall.
Yeah, and we were doing it prior to that at the NAT, which would be I don't even know what it is now. It's the Sullivan Center.
Nordloff?
Nordloff. The NAT, the place down there.
Right, I know what you're talking about. How long did you do it there?
I think we did three years there.
Okay.
So this has been like 8 years, I think, we've been doing this. And it actually just keeps growing, which has been good. Maybe getting Double T involved.
Hey,
Captain Jack this year is involved. So, I mean, he's larger than life.
He doesn't know what he's in for with this, though.
Well, I think he might fall right into it.
Yeah, I think he'll fit in fine.
Yeah. And, it's like, I keep thinking he's in the room, but it's Stone Cold Steve Austin cut out.
We're getting a picture, the three of us.
Yeah, oh man, I can't wait.
Meet you and Stone Cold.
He's a big man, even in a cardboard cutout that's not actually life size.
If you want me to bring that to the Memorial Hall show, I will bring that for your stage prop.
I'd just like you to dress like that, with those like oversized Speedos and the knee pads.
No problem. And my wrist tape.
Yeah, wrist tape's key.
But so the annual show, it's the Friday after Thanksgiving, Veterans Memorial Hall, which is a great building, by the way.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The theater was designed in the early 1900s, I believe, and it's just, the horseshoe balcony, just all the wood. It just, you walk in, you're like, oh, how's this room sound? And then you hear it, and you're like, man, that sounds great. Like, it really does. You don't need, we don't bring in the gigantic Pantera rig, but you don't need a ton of sound in there to make it sound really good. So, we usually do 2 sets there. We even let you get up on stage and do some questions and
during the break,
do the interviews, and I don't even know what we're going to do this year.
We're working on something fun, but it's something to get the fans involved, which is always good.
Yeah, and it's I've already had a bunch of people writing me, and we've already sold a bunch of tickets. So, that's all. When we sell tickets before Halloween, that's always a good sign of, we released it, only a couple weeks ago. So in the next, 3 weeks, hopefully we start moving a bunch of tickets and sell it out. That's the idea.
Yeah. I mean, and the cool thing about it is you have, friends that haven't seen each other in forever because people come in from out of town, and family. And it is like, it's not like, oh, just this guy's coming and this girl's coming and this and that. No, it's groups of people come down and to enjoy the show.
Yeah, they make it a destination, like almost, a gathering of some tribes, almost that kind of a thing. I don't know, man. For me, it's a nice. It's a long day, just because we present the show ourselves, we put it on, we deal with everything, down to the tickets and the guest lists, and we usually go over to Culture Shock and do an in store in there, and so it's a long day, but at the end of the day, it's like it's one of the best shows of the year for us.
I always notice, and I tell myself I got to do this, but then I never do. You have these tables.
Yes,
which is kind of cool. Like you have your own little area for your group. Do you still have those tables?
Well, we've sold them all.
What?
Yeah, I didn't even put them out on any. Normally, I have to say like, hey, we're doing VIP tables. We usually buy. We usually have a couple bottles of wine at each table, depending on who they are. If they're underage, obviously we don't. We get some, underage drinks for them. But usually it's something that I have to sort of pitch. Okay. And now as it's caught on, I'm actually...
People know that this is the thing to do.
Yeah, and usually we do 6 tables, and I'm trying to see if we can do 8.
Okay.
I got to walk down there and check out the blueprint, because I've had 2 more people write me and say, hey, and these are people that have done it in the past. And
right. I think you could do it. I think you could fit it.
I think so. I like your optimism.
I think we can do it. Let's squeeze it in.
Yeah, squeeze it in. That's like me into that Stone Cold Steve Austin. Squeeze it in.
Miles Nielsen is hanging out with me. We're catching up. It's been a while.
Man, it's been a bit, yeah.
Veterans Memorial Hall Day after Thanksgiving, annual Miles Nielsen and the Rusted Heart Show. Tickets available now.
Yeah, at rustedtrunk.com. There's a link on there. That's our, we choose to do everything ourselves. It's the mom and pop shop, so to speak. And, it's just a PayPal away from having tickets, and then we put them on a list at the door. You don't get physical tickets, but your name goes on a list, and we have it at the door, and just get checked off, and come on in and jam.
No, you will have them at the door, but I always say you don't want to wait, because, there's more and more people that go every year.
It's true. I'm not saying wait to get tickets. I'm saying your name will be at the door.
Right.
But if you don't get tickets and you show up, the door could be closed.
Right. And you never want that to happen, because this is a special show.
Yeah. no one likes to be left out of the party.
Right. I've been down at the BMO when people are sitting outside and the ice hogs are sold out. It's not fun, you know.
Yeah.
You're sitting there, and I think for your show though, I'll be out scalping tickets.
That's fine. As long as you split some of it with me,
I'll
cool.
give you a percentage.
Yeah.
No problem. So you guys have been so busy. I know you've been wanting to do some more new music. You put out that. How long ago has the album been out now?
Man, it's been a year and a half, almost a year and a half.
Wow.
Yeah, it goes quick, especially when you tour for about a year and a half.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
And nonstop, pretty much.
There was no breaks actually.
Have you worked on any new music yet?
Yes, we've actually got about 5 tunes recorded for a new record.
Okay.
They're not completely done, but you know, with touring, you know, we've taken just a few days here and there, popped in the studio, and at least for us currently, you know, we can never fully just pull off the road and just say, all right, we're devoting a month to go in the studio. It's,
right.
You know, we tried doing that. And
it's like quitting your job and then, you know, doing nothing. You can't do that.
You can't do it. And even now, you know, it's like I've been off, I've had the week off.
Okay.
And I'm like, man, I'm lazy. You know, and then I'm like, what?
Right.
Well, you know, most people, when they've been working for a year and a half straight, it's okay to take 4 days off.
Well, and it's funny because you guys will be on the road for several weeks, and then you'll come home, and you know a lot of people will take a break, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's a bunch of Miles Nielsen acoustic shows going on. It's like you don't do a lot of time off.
Well, I mean, my kids are getting older too, and last I checked, the price of braces has not gone down, nor has the price of phones, you know, nor has the price of makeup,
right?
You know, so if anybody out there is listening from Ulta, gift card, discounts, whatever. No, but you know, it's just a thing that for me as the primary vocalist of the band, I also like to stay vocally in shape, you know?
Right?
And it's a muscle, so if you don't use it, it's not as strong. So, and then there's just places that are fun to play. Like I always like playing the Wiffle Tree, you know, things like that. Where, you know, we did a cool thing. They were doing music on Mondays down at Prairie Street, so they were like, "Hey, what do you want to do?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Well, I mean, that was funny because like literally that was Monday of Labor Day, and that was the last day of our tour. Well, we did a show down at Davis Park for the Carpenters, for the unions.
Okay.
So we did that.
Oh, yeah, because I went to see the parade because my daughter was in it.
Yeah.
And then I found out after I got home you guys were playing. I would have totally came down there.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah,
What was I thinking?
Yeah. And, so we did that, and then we, you know, like, everyone's like, all right, we'll see you, in a week.
Right.
And I'm like, cool, I'm packing up and going playing another show. You know, like the last show of tour, I do 2 on the same day. That's,
right.
You know, that's just how it works, you know, but again, it's just, this is my job.
Exactly.
You know?
Keeps you busy. So, let's see. Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, Veterans Memorial Hall. Tickets on sale now through your website.
Yeah, rustedtrunk.com. I mean, you can just go to milesnielsen.com, but don't spell it with an O. It's an E.
Right. Spell it the right way.
I've got a new T-shirt that's coming out.
Ooh, I'm excited about that.
Well, I think most people just laugh at it.
I almost wore my Miles Nielsen shirt today, but I didn't want to be awkward. I thought I might have been awkward.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at the poster of Dark Side of the Moon, and then I'm looking at your shirt of Dark Side of the Moon. I'm thinking, this is coordinated. Double T's going to Great America with the wall.
Well, thanks so much for coming in and hanging out. And thanks for having Captain Jack and I involved with the show this year. Very, very excited. We'll do something fun during intermission. And
it's nice to have a nice view here, too. Like looking out back at this nice little field, freshly mowed.
There was a cat out there earlier hanging out there.
Yeah, I'm allergic to cats.
Well, at least it was on the other side of the glass.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Thanks for coming by, man.
Yeah, thanks
Have a great weekend.
Yeah,
we'll see you day after Thanksgiving.
Always a pleasure, buddy.
All right, Miles Nielsen, Rockford's home for classic rocks, 96.7 Eagle.